Hey everybody, Ant Paulson here, and welcome back to some Football Manager 2014, The Forgotten Club. We've started a new save with Vauxhall Motors, who in real life have recently withdrawn from the Football League, in case you didn't know, and we are attempting to take them from bottom to top. And we are now at New Year's Eve 2013, first 6 months of the season are in the book, so let's take a look at where we are as far as the league table is concerned. We are currently, let's get the proper view on this, we are currently in 11th place in the table, bang on mid-table after 20 games played. So we got a game in hand, got 2 games in hand on some teams, so that's not too bad. We can still elevate ourselves further, with the potential of also mounting a playoff challenge. We were, for a brief stint during the season, we were actually in the playoffs. We were there in that 5th place, which Gainsborough are in at the moment, which is excellent progress for the season, considering our expectations at the start of the season were only to survive in this league. So let's have a look at our transfers that we have done, and that is our business. We signed Jamie Smith. Everyone's going to be free transfers at this point. Jamie Smith, a left back, 19 years of age, and he's done okay. Not great, if I'm honest, but 21 games played. 1 goal, 4 assists, and 6.35 match rating. So not the best, but he's certainly done a job in that position. Simon Schultz is the next player we brought in, 16-year-old central defensive midfielder with decent tackling stat, a good sort of pace, 5-star potential, 3-star ball-winning midfielder for this league. So that's pretty good going. And he's played 10 games and scored 2 goals with 1 penalty scored out of 1, I believe that means, and an average rating of 6.77. So that's decent for this league. That's a job being done well, and a player that could be a big part of plans in the future, who knows. Our next signing is Jamie Gurney, a free transfer, 17-year-old centre-back. Okay stats for this league, good amount of pace for this level, and an excellent work rate as well, so that helps out. He's played 22 games and scored 1 goal with a 6.46 average rating. Again, not particularly great, but like you said, he's doing a job. Connor Waring, a 18-year-old goalkeeper. Okay stats. I mean, not the best keeper, but it was pretty much we doing what we can with the players we could find. He's played 22 games and conceded 46 goals, which again is not the best return. Only 1 clean sheet. So goalkeeper is an area of the pitch where I may have to possibly look to strengthen further and maybe replace Connor Waring at some point. The average rating of 6.83 though, that isn't too bad. Connor Tinian, big free transfer signing this guy, 22-year-old left winger. He has been a key player in our good start to the season. He's played 19 games and scored 5 goals and had 10 assists, 3 man of the matches with a 7.13 average rating. Good player for me to have, and he has made a very good, promising start to the season. And he's only 22 years of age as well, so could be one person on the retained list come end of the season. And finally, right on the transfer window closing, we brought in Oliver Forsyth, a striker, 21 years of age, okay pace, good finishing, good composure. He's played 18 games, scored 9 goals, 8 assists, 1 man of the match for an average rating of 7.19, so that's really good. That has shored up the striker area fantastically, and averaging a goal every other game, so you can't really fault that. So those are the signings. As far as players going, Zach Jones, our goalkeeper, that was probably going to be the main number 1 goalkeeper for the season, was snapped up by Mansfield Town, and he's not even playing. What a waste of a signing. We could have used him massively in our team, and yet now he's rotting in Mansfield's under 21s. Don't get me wrong, I don't blame him for wanting to make the move, especially since it was a jump from the Skrill north to competitive league football. But again, he could have been such a useful goalkeeper for us, and it's a shame that he's now rotting in the reserves. Matty Kozilo, got rid of him, was never going to use him, not a really good player. Lloyd Ellams, same thing, same reason. And Gary Martindale, who did score for us one goal in 4 appearances, but at 42 years of age, he was never going to really be a permanent fixture in the side, so we moved him on. Let's look now at the fixtures, and we had a really poor start to the season. I mean, pre-season went okay, 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. That's not too bad. It could have been a lot worse, but the start to the season was just terrible, with the tactic not being adjusted to. We didn't win in our first 5 games, and it looked a bit grim. But then we started picked up our game a bit massively, and this game in particular, the Boston game, was the turning point of the season, where it was all of a sudden, from the fact that we didn't look like we were going to be able to buy ourselves a victory, all of a sudden then Boston visit us, and Riveracre Park is home to an absolute unbelievable game, where we beat them by 6-0. And since then, the results did improve, despite it not looking great with the Hednesford game and then the draw with the Stockport game. Slowly we started coming into our own. We beat Oxford. We didn't really try too much with the FA Cup game with Whitton. We wanted to try and avoid that if possible. Then we put a great string of results together, where we only lost 1 in 8 games. Yep, 1 in 8 games. So we just went on this tremendous run, and at the end of the Histon game, we were at the dizzying heights of 5th place. Like I said earlier on, we were in that playoff place, although we had played a couple of games more than some of the teams below us. But then we went through a bit of a blip after the FA Trophy game, where we beat Kings Lynn. We lost 3 on the bounce to Gloucester. Grimsby in the FA Trophy first round, but we were only expected to get to the 3rd qualifying round, so we done well to get into round 1. And Oxford City then was the 3rd defeat. Looked like we were about to get back to winning ways with the game against Bradford Park Avenue, with a good result in that game, but then that defeat to Harrogate has put us right into the mid-table slot, and I was furious with this game. If I'd have thought about it, I probably would have live-commed that game, because I was absolutely raging at the goals we conceded in this game, because they were carbon copies. They were exactly the same. It was corner, it was a flicked on header, and then an easy tap in for Scott Dobie. It was pathetic defending, and it's just meh. But we'll forget about that, because today's live commentary game, which I wasn't going to plan on doing, but the way my fixtures got to a stage where actually I'll bring back up the fixture list here and show you that properly. Between the Bradford game and the Harrogate game, there's a gap of 3 weeks. I was having games postponed, left, right and centre, and it could be a key factor to why we maybe lost to Harrogate in that game. I don't know, but it was really weird to just have that one game then right at the end, right at the beginning of the month, and then just go back into the normal calendar. So instead of what I planned on doing, which was going to be showing the goals from the 6-0 game, I'm going to do a live com in this episode, which will be Hednesford at home. Let's go to the preview. Vauxhall Motors, of course, 11th place. Hednesford are, let's find them, they are 13th place, so it's quite a vital game. And we've got one of our key centre-backs suspended, so we're going to have to shuffle about with the team a little bit. our first choice centre backs. One's suspended, one's injured, so it's a little bit of a very chopped and changed central defensive pairing that I don't normally like to play, but I will give them a go and see if they can do the job. Wing backs I'll keep the same. Defensive midfielder, Schultz is knackered. He's just come back off a 4-month injury layoff. He's my key central defensive midfielder, and he's not going to be able to play once again. But Matthew Williams deputised in his stead. He did well to deputise for him when he was out injured, so he should be able to do the job again in this game. Wingers I'll keep as fine. Tom Rutter I'll keep in attack. I'll swap Aaron Ray for Sean Tuck up front. Jordan Rugg, that's another sad story that's come from the from this save. Jordan Rugg was my main strike partner for Forsyth. He'd scored 6 goals in 14 games with 3 assists, 2 man of the matches, 7.0 match rating, average rating, sorry. And then, let's see if I can find it in a better place than that. Then he broke his leg. 7 months out injured with a broken leg. I was absolutely devastated, and his season was brought to a grinding halt. But we've just had to move on by. We've done okay without him so far. I'm hoping we can keep this up. And let's go to the Hednesford game at Rivacre Park. They play in 4-4-2. We're playing Diamond 4-4-2. So let's give the passionate team talk and do the individual talks as well. It's a passionate one because it's an important game. They're close to us in the league with the way things have gone. So let's see if this can go well. We're underway in this big tie. I probably won't. I'm not going to commentate the kickoff highlight because it's very rare you actually see anything happening. And they've had a player injured already. Neil Harvey's gone off injured for Hednesford. Good interception by Tuck here. Williams goes back to the goalkeeper. Sensible play. Long ball. Oh, it's headed away. Hednesford can come forward. It's Riley. It's a good save from the keeper. Keeping it 0-0. And we got 15 minutes left of the half, and the cross goes in. Poor header from the Hednesford player. And that was just, I don't know what that was. Route 1 to the maximum from Tuck. Just no composure at all. Thornley with a flick on, and Bennett's just ghosted in behind and scored. 1-0 to Hednesford through Bennett after 32.5 minutes. A goal on his debut. A good signing instantly for Hednesford then, Dan Bennett. They're on their way forward again, with Riley out wide and Southway trying to get past Nicholas. Good wide to Campion. Southway looking for a pass. Thorley finds Riley in acres of space. Good passing and a good goal from Hednesford to make it 2-0. I don't know what's happened to Vauxhall in the last few games. They've just completely... Their heads have gone down for some reason. And Darren Campion makes it 2-0. Another highlight for Hednesford. What has happened to Vauxhall Motors in this game? Thorley on the ball now. Poor ball though, and Wainwright can possibly get the ball down and bring it forward here for Vauxhall. That's a poor pass though from Rutter. Luckily, Hednesford don't make much of the possession. Rutter on the ball, finds Forsyth. Oh, he's hit the bar. Oh, that was a great effort from Oliver Forsyth, looking to continue his impressive form of averaging a goal every other game. And it's half-time. It's 2-0 to Hednesford. That's a disappointing first half, and there's going to have to be some hairdryer treatment. And I've got to say to them, show a bit of desire. And we've got to try and get some motivation in the team. And let's see if we can do something with the second half. Thorley on the ball now. Just goes straight to the goalkeeper, and hopefully that'll be the end of that highlight of the kick-off of the second half. Bevan with the long kick. Nicholas wins it in the air. Tinian finds Rutter. Tuck on the ball, looks for Clare. And he's gone for goal and put it wide. That was a poor decision from the winger. I think he's actually getting tired quite early as well, so might have to think about that when it comes to making my substitutes shortly. Hednesford played out from the back. This is like their passing play is like how we were passing the ball about at the beginning part of our good little run of form. But it all seems to have gone to pot at the moment. And it's through for Riley. And he scored from an acute angle. It's 3-0. That's a great finish from Riley. 3-0. It looks like it's game over already. We're going to go to the bench, bring some players on, see if they're going to make any semblance of a difference. But I don't think they can, if I'm honest. It looks like it's game over already. Going to swap the wingers out. Actually, no. I'm going to undo that one. Put him there and him there. Because he's having a poor game. And I'm going to have to just throw everything at it now because we got nothing to lose. We're 3-0 down with 28 minutes to go. Wayne Riley's 5th goal of the season. I'm going to go overload at 3-0 down with 25 minutes to go. That's the only thing I can really do now. Just try and throw everyone at it to try and get a goal. Because Hednesford just look like they've got complete control of the game. 83rd minute now. They've headed the ball away as far as Wainwright. Here's Clare. Wainwright again. Looks for a long ball. Easily cleared as far as Williams though. Who plays it wide to Clare. Who's gone for the selfish option again of the shot. That's very, very poor decision making from him. Very disappointing. Another possibility of looking into a right winger in the transfer market to try and improve his decision making, because to be honest he hasn't had the best of seasons. But 86th minute and Quirk hasn't cleared it properly. It's Riley. It's a good block. It could have been 4-0 Hednesford, and that would have been a real sucker punch. Taylor though with the corner, and Clare clears away at the front post. Forsyth whips in the free kick. It's not cleared, and Quirk has got a consolation goal in the 91st minute. It's probably the last kick of the game, really. His first goal for the club makes it 3-1. Tuck with the tackle. That's the final whistle. Hednesford have absolutely destroyed us in this game. We didn't offer anything. I'm going to just rage into the team because I was not happy with that at all. Very, very disappointing. They need to improve in future. We're down to 13th place in the league table with that result. We have got a game in hand on a couple of teams, 2 games in hand. The fixtures are well out of sync at the moment, so we don't know what it will do as far as the implications for the final table come the end of the season, but that's how it will go. I I just ignore that bit. Right, so that's been this episode of The Forgotten Club. Hopefully next time we can try and make some more improvements to the team, get to the end of the season, and hopefully try and make a fist of a playoff challenge. As long as we stay in the league, though, I'll be relatively happy. So thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll appreciate that very much. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.